Good evening, you're watching To The Point. I am Preeti Choudhry. Let me quickly take you through the headlines. Sickening victim shaming by Monojit calls scratch marks love bites. Scratch marks on rapist Monojit's body found. Marks show survivor fought during gang rape. Siddaramaya's big message to DKS loyalists. Siddha asserts, I will remain Chief Minister for 5 years. DKS helpless, says no other option but to back Chief Minister. Loyalists back Chief Minister change. Death toll in Telangana. Factory blast rises to 40. Shocking lapses in safety and oversight. Factory operated without a fire NOC. Dalai Lama blanks out China in mission succession. Dalai Lama appoints body to name next leader. China sees red, rejects Dalai's succession plan. Mega GST bonanza likely for middle class and the poor. GST rate cut to help middle class. Poor goods in 12% GST slab may come in 5% bracket. Stranded British Royal Navy F-35 completes 19 days in India. Sparks meme fest on Twitter. Kerala Tourism shares poster saying Kerala, the destination you'll never want to leave. All right, viewers, let's get you the latest coming in from Kolkata and the state of West Bengal. What started as a chilling cry for justice after a brutal rape has now exposed a horrifying tale of assault while abusing political clout. But what is worse, the saga is now witnessing witness shaming, denial, and even trivializing the entire crime. Take a look.
The South Kolkata Law College gang rape horror gets darker and uglier with every passing day. What started as a shocking case of gang rape is now turning into a chilling saga of abuse, denial and disgrace. The defense has crossed a new line. Accused Monojit Mishra's lawyer has made sickening claims in court, citing love bites on his neck as the so-called proof that this wasn't rape.
এফআইআর কপি দেখলে বোঝা যাবে এটা একটা ষড়যন্ত্র, একে ফাঁসানো হয়েছে।
মোবাইলে কি পাওয়া যেতে পারে?
কি পাওয়া যেতে পারে সেটা প্রসিকিউশন বলবে। আপনাদেরকে তো প্রসিকিউশনের সমস্ত খবর দিচ্ছে যে গায়ে আঁচড় পাওয়া গেছে। প্রসিকিউশন কি এই কথাটা বলেছে যে তার ঘাড়ে একখানা লাভ বাইট পাওয়া গেছে? মনোজিৎ মিস্টার এই কথাটা আপনাদেরকে প্রসিকিউশন বলেনি। যদি রেপ হয় কোনোদিন লাভ বাইট পাওয়া যায় না, যেটা আমি আমার ক্লায়েন্টের সঙ্গে দেখা করে তাকে এক্সামিন করে এসে আপনাদের সামনে বলি।
While Monojit's lawyer makes bogus claims of proof, here is actual physical proof of assault. Scratch marks were found on his body. Injuries confirmed during his medico-legal exam on Sunday. Reports say these are classic signs of self-defense. Deep scratches left by the victim as she fought back with all her strength. This evidence could prove crucial. A silent scream embedded in DNA. The grim and horrifying picture painted by the prosecution doesn't end here. There is evidence showing the victim lost consciousness during the assault, only to be revived and raped again. An act so brutal, it defies humanity.
অসুস্থ নির্যাতিতরা যখন শ্বাস নিতে পারছে না তখন তাকে ইনহেলার দিয়ে সুস্থ করা হচ্ছে এই উদ্দেশ্যে যে সাবসিকুয়েন্টলি তাকে আরো বেশি অত্যাচার আমি করতে পারবো, যেটা ফ্যাক্ট, এটাই বলেছি। আর ইনিশিয়ালি আগে বলেছিলাম মেডিকেল এভিডেন্স যা আছে সেটা করবোরেট করেছে। আজকে আমরা দেখা গেল ওই পিসিতে দেখা যাচ্ছে আমাদের সার্কামস্টেন্সিয়াল এভিডেন্স এবং ইলেকট্রনিক এভিডেন্স সবটাই করবোরেট করেছে ভিকটিমের ভার্সনের সাথে।
And as this case plays out in the courtroom, another voice has come forward. Another student from the same institution has come forward with her traumatic experience. She claims she was assaulted by Monojit during a college trip 2 years ago. In her exclusive account to India Today TV, she alleges a pattern of predatory behavior involving at least 15 other girls.
I had noticed that Monojit Mishra was the one who had locked the doors and he was staring at me and he was evidently very much under the influence of not just alcohol but evidently also weed. He was thinking of it. And he had been advancing towards me with his buttons of the shirt opening one by one. Any girl in my possession, including me, I sensed what was about to come and what could be this guy standing in front of me's intention.
On several occasions, Monojit has been seen having close exchanges and interactions with TMC MLAs and leaders, proof of the political patronage he enjoyed. The question Bengal must ask is this: if the evidence screams, the survivors speak, and the public can see the truth, will the system still look away? Bureau Report, India Today.
All right, the fact is, viewers, it needs to be looked in context of how is the ruling government reacting to it, because this man on your television screen clearly has been associated with a political party. To what depth has he been associated with that outfit needs to be investigated. But what has really come from the TMC? The political fallout over the tragedy has only worsened, which is clear. After the West Bengal Irrigation Minister and senior TMC leader Manas Bhunia referring to this rape as a small incident, he later, of course, issued a clarification claiming his statement was misrepresented by the BJP. But he isn't alone. Earlier, TMC MP Kalyan Banerjee and MLA Madan Mitra also made similar comments trivializing the horror. The BJP has launched a scathing attack on the TMC government, calling the incident TMC sponsored. Listen in.
ছোট্ট একটা ঘটনা ঘটলেই গেল 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 রে কি সর্বনাশ। তখন তো টিভি ছিল না, আইফোন ছিল না, টাক টাক করে ছবি তুলে রবিবল্লভপুর থেকে কলকাতায় পাঠানো যেত না। হ্যাঁ, ঘটনা তো ঘটে, নিজের ফ্যামিলিতে ঘটে। হাজবেন্ড ওয়াইফকে মেরে দিচ্ছে বালিশ চাপা, ওয়াইফ প্রেমিকের সঙ্গে ঘুরতে গিয়ে বরকে ঠেলে দিচ্ছে পার। These are the crises of the society. এবং medical arena is not out of that context. Is it related to my statement with Kosba? এটা সম্পূর্ণ একটা বিভ্রান্তিকর, ইচ্ছাকৃত, অপদস্থ করা, অপমান করার জন্য এই কথাটা জুড়ে দেওয়া হলো। অত্যন্ত মর্মাহত আমি। আমার নামে বিকৃতভাবে একটা ঘটনাকে দিয়ে আরেকটা ঘটনা চাপিয়ে প্রচার করা হচ্ছে এবং সে মঙ্গলকোট টেনে আনা হচ্ছে। হোক, আমার কোনো আপত্তি নেই, গণতন্ত্রের অধিকার, সংবিধানের অধিকার কেউ বলতেও পারে, কিন্তু আমার আত্মসম্মান রক্ষা করার অধিকারটাও সংবিধান আমাকে দিয়েছে। দরকার হলে আমি আইনি পদক্ষেপ নেব।
এই সমস্ত ক্রিমিনালিটি, রেপ, মলেস্টেশন এটা কারা করে? কিছু পুরুষ করে। তা মহিলাদের লড়াইটা কাদের বিরুদ্ধে? যারা এই পারভার্টেড টাইপের পুরুষ, তাদের বিরুদ্ধে লড়াই করা উচিত। কলেজের ভেতরে যদি করে, সেখানে পুলিশ থাকবে কলেজে? আরে ভাই, শিক্ষা প্রতিষ্ঠানে কি পুলিশ থাকবে? আপনি বলুন না। যারা ঘুরছে, যাদের সঙ্গে ঘুরছে, তাদেরও ঠিক করা উচিত কাদের সঙ্গে ঘুরছে, কাদের সঙ্গে ঘুরছে না।
कस्बा की घटना से एक मैसेज आ गया पूरा लड़की लोग, पूरा स्टूडेंट लोगों को पास, जे अगर आपको किसी जान पहचान ने बुलाए तो जिस दिन कॉलेज बंद है, परीक्षा चल रहा है, आपको यूनिट की कुछ बनाएगा तो आप मत जाइए, इसमें आपको भला नहीं होगा। वो लड़की अगर नहीं जाता तो ये घटना नहीं घटते थे। अगर जाने का टाइम लड़की किसी को बता के जाते थे, दो सहेलियां लेके जाते थे, ये नहीं घटते। वो जो देख रहे हम, जो गंदा काम किया, वो he had taken the advantage of the situation.
All right, I'm going to cut across right now to Dr. Shashi Panja. She's the Minister of Women and Child Development and Social Welfare, West Bengal. She's a senior leader from the TMC. Dr. Panja, the fact is, it's not the first time we have you. The last time around as well, when the Kolkata rape had taken place, you were on our channels multiple times. So I'm very sure that you're very apologetic with what has happened, because understanding the nature of the crime. But having said that, crimes happen in every state. Sadly, unfortunately, Dr. Panja, ultimately it depends on how the government deals with it. Yes, the accused has been arrested. But what has been the political messaging? Right before you spoke with us, I'm sure you heard a legion of voices, some of them extremely senior, coming out, trivializing the entire issue. Do you think it's correct? And if it is incorrect, why is it that not a single person who is from your political party, be it Mr. Abhishek Banerjee or even the Chief Minister, has spoken of it?
Preeti, we have in the past, in fact, I myself have been in one of your shows of this channel, and we have also mentioned that absolutely early when these comments came from our senior leaders, the MPs, we've said that these are comments, their own personal comments, and that this is definitely not the view of the party. Definitely not. It will never be also. And they have been told that if you have personal bickerings amongst yourselves, you need to resolve it amongst yourselves. And this you cannot speak on behalf of the party, because this is not the viewpoint at all. There will never be such a thing. So I think the party has put it out in the media, social media, which actually reaches out to many more than any individual speaking in one channel at a time. So all of you have voiced there in the public domain. It's what the party says is the view of the leadership, is the view of the highest leadership. And that is why they have been castigated and they have been told to refrain from such misogynistic remarks, because definitely this is not the view of the party. And we are really exasperated by this, by the continuous the way it is being shown every day. In fact, we are definitely exasperated, also embarrassed. This should not have happened, and this is not the view of so many leaders who are there in the party, and even of our party workers.
But Dr. Panja, would you reckon it's correct to platform, continue to do so? Personal opinion, should personal opinions even be allowed other than just causing embarrassment and castigation by the party? There has to be some action, tangible action that is taken against these leaders so they are made an example of. None of that has happened, Dr. Panja.
No, see, the party has spoken to them. And I don't think you need, if you are trying to say that the party, in fact, even we have in our press have spoken against this. I don't know what else you really think by which you would be convinced that the party has castigated them.
Dr. Panja, I would think the correct measure, and correct me if I'm wrong, you're a politician, you've seen, you're not green behind the ears, you've seen far more many years than anyone else has. But I would think, fair castigation would be suspension. Would you think that's too much?
No, it's not for that. I mean, the very fact that they have been castigated is quite public too. If you are in Bengal, you will know that the party has castigated them severely on this.
Okay, you could call it the tyranny of distance, Dr. Panja, but the fact is, sitting here in Delhi and all across the country today, if you're viewing this, you're looking at it exactexactly in the same terminology that many other regional parties behave. There is no real difference then between a Samajwadi Party's outlook towards rape or, the TMC's outlook towards rape, or let me even say the BJP's outlooks towards rape, where, regional dynamics of a party come into question.
No, Preeti, in fact, if you really think it, very simply, as an individual too, such statements which they have uttered, it's something that they themselves have to be ashamed of. It speaks of yourself. It speaks of your mentality. So I think that is the biggest shame, when you are ashamed of what has happened, and you really have that guilt. So.
Let me take this further, because I'll tell you the messaging, Dr. Panja, that is picked up on ground, because I'll take it further. Where you have the accused in this case, he's got clear links to your party. It's been made very, very clear. The fact is, when cartelization of political parties happen in doling out political favors as in appointments, because this gentleman, I wouldn't call him a gentleman, but the rapist that he is, was a staffer at the college which is government run. He was part of students' politics. Correct me if I'm wrong anywhere. I don't think I am, though. But all of that was political patronage given to someone who had political affinity to your outfit. And that is what you're accused of today, where you have goons and thugs wearing your party colors and doing as they please.
Well, yes, of course, we have disowned, distanced ourselves, and also we are ashamed that such people were ever associated with this party. Unfortunately, when it comes to the ruling party, many people take recourse, take shelter, and then they have this impunity of, power, audacity, and show off, which should not have happened. And that is why we are facing flack for it. Have we ever defended ourselves? We have not. But truly, this is not the larger behavior of the party workers or the party cadre. Very unfortunate. We are facing this, and we have never defended this. And of course, the governing body of the college is in the right position to answer, and they've answered your questions, I think. You've even reached out to the president of the GB as to why he was employed and all that nitty-gritties I can't. So all I can say is that it should not have happened. He was a recurrent offender. This is unfolded now for us.
Dr. Panja, would you agree the TMC has now become the shadow of the whole party and ideology that you practically opposed with the left, where the cartelization of power was concerned? Because whether you like it, ma'am, whether you don't, the image of your party, especially in your own state, somewhere down the line has come of a party of thugs and goons who can get away with practically anything because they wear the party colors and they have the blessings of the highest echelons of power.
Preeti ji, as far as the image of the party, it's not because of this incident, but by and large, the people of West Bengal know that this party carries that image in which it not only speaks about women empowerment, it also puts it to practice. These kind of cases are then, of course, inflicting damage to the work that we are doing throughout the year. So it is not like I really don't want to bring out political views of other parties, but they have started to butt in which there are views in the public domain where they dictate what women should do. So it's to all of us, it's to society at large. Don't tell what the girls and the women, how should they behave. Tell the boys or the men that they should learn how to behave.
I'll come back to the question because, ma'am, you're making, but Dr. Panja, what you say is making perfect sense, but, away from castigation, away from embarrassment, I would think there needs to be a time of self-reflection. It's happened many times, in the past during elections as well, where, if you talk about cut money, if you talk about contractors, you talk about so many issues. Again, I'll come back to the cartelization of power, and that is a product Monojit Mishra of. Therefore, Dr. Shashi Panja, is there reflection on that account today? And if there is reflection, why isn't, like the senior echelons of the party, I will name again the chief minister or even an Abhishek Banerjee, coming out, making a public statement on the same, saying that if someone who is associated with the party ever gets into business like this, they'll be held to blame. None of that ever happens.
Ma'am, yes, when this party or the representatives of this party did a press conference, or when representatives like us are viewed on your channels, definitely, have I been castigated for saying these statements against our senior leaders who uttered those things that has Mamata Banerjee or Abhishek Bandyopadhyay said, why have you said this? This is not the view. So that is the fact that when we speak, it is the view of our senior leaderboard, the senior most, and our senior leadership. So this is the view of the party that we are putting in front.
But Dr. Panja, do you not think this case deserves merit of the chief minister coming out and making a public statement?
Ma'am, there are, I would again say that if you look, I love the way that you are chasing us on this. And we also want to place ourselves on record. We are not taking defense of anything. But I wish we could chase on certain similar issues and certain similar views being uttered by various other political representatives of various other parties. So that way, none should, escape these scathing questions or the
Dr. Panja, I would think, at least on our network, my show, I don't think we make that difference. Yes, go ahead, make it.
Then you really need to ask the views of the complainant whose complaint is going unheard. Oh, we've heard it, of course, but it's going unheard by all of you. And you know, it's against that Kartik Maharaj. So who's going to hear the complaint of that woman? I mean, neither the commission visits that woman, nobody does. And the views of the Maharaj, who also has associated himself with a political party, what views he has of women. He says that Hindu women should also be, I mean, it's difficult for me to
Fair
say.
point.
It's there in the public domain.
But Dr.
It's very
Panja, Dr.
bad.
Panja, you do reckon this is a bit of whataboutery, but yes, you're
Not at all,
free
ma'am.
and fair to make the
I
point.
I knew you would say that. It is not at all. I mean, look at us. We are here. Did I evade appearance on your channel? No. Are we evading the question? We are embarrassed. We are ashamed of this person. And of course, we do not support it. And of course, we will never support. I'm telling you, these guys, whoever have such intentions, kindly stay away from Trinamool Congress. Trinamool Congress is not going to protect this. The investigations
Panja,
are on. You
I
see, we could
understand.
have hidden all this. We could have hidden the investigation. No, we didn't. Let the investigation unfold. All this is coming out. Even we are aghast at what is coming.
Dr. Panja, you know, I thank you for joining us. Yes, you do come, you do take all the questions, and every time, you know, whatever you have to say is sobering. It's, you know, it's factual and it's empathetic. But beyond that, does it really percolate down? That we haven't seen happening. You think we try and target a specific party? Well, I don't think we try and do that, especially on this show. I'm going to let it be, and I would hope that a larger message would be sent out, and I would hope all our viewers who are watching, and I think this doesn't accord to just your political outfit, that any of this is not on, period. But thank you for taking the time out and joining us. Yes, you've taken all our questions. Some of them haven't been easy. I appreciate it. Thank you. I want to immediately now cut across because we're going to take the conversation further. Joining me is Sanju Verma, National Spokesperson, BJP. I have Monojit Mandal, who is a political analyst who clearly leans towards the TMC. I have Deepsita Dhar, CPM leader. I want to begin with Sanju Verma first. But Sanju Verma, the fact is the BJP is understandably, and it should as being the principal opposition in the state, now going after the government, talking of resignations. But the TMC government says that this can happen in any state. We've taken immediate action. That person concerned has been taken into custody. It's happened so many of your run states. What's the difference? At least they've been immediate in taking action.
You know, Preeti, I heard that interview of yours with Shashi Panja, and hats off to you for asking all the tough questions like you always do of all of us. I will say why I say the Kolkata Law College rape is not just another incident that can be dismissed. It is state-sponsored brutality. The reason is simple. Manojit Mishra in 2013 has a case pending against him. He stabbed a fellow college student. 2017, there's a case pending for vandalism against him. As recently as 2022, Preeti, there's a sexual assault case pending against him. I fail to understand when there are sexual assault cases pending against Manojit Mishra, what was the compulsion to make him a contractual faculty member just 45 days before this ghastly incident happened? And Ashok Kumar Dev, who's on the governing board of Kolkata Law College, the college in question, Ashok Kumar Dev and Manojit Mishra go back a long way. Manojit Mishra is a close confidant of Ashok Dev. So clearly there's a political nexus. And my limited point is this. And why Shashi Panja is not on your debate, this is also to her. Mamata Banerjee, after the Arjikar medical rape last year, said that, you know, I will bring in the Aparajita bill. My limited point is, why has Aparajita bill not become a law yet? You get a bill when C.V. Ananda Bose, the governor, asks you to send a technical report so that the bill can be, you know, made into a law. You refuse to acknowledge his request, and Aparajita bill is still hanging in limbo. And my point is, Madan Mitra, very quickly, Preeti, Madan Mitra says, you know, had the rape victim taken 2 or 3 friends with her, maybe this rape incident would not have happened, which is shameful. Kalyan Banerjee, you know, says, so what if this rape happened? Do you expect the Kolkata police to be present in every nook and cranny? You know, the girl should have fought back. So
Okay.
Madan Mitra, Kalyan Banerjee, they epitomize how, the Trinamool Congress has institutionalized sexual violence against women. It has been
Okay.
institutionalized under the
Okay.
incompetent
I
mayor
want to
of
cut
Mamata
across.
Banerjee.
All right. Today we are not using the timer because
Who's a
it's a
failed
subject
chief
that we don't
minister.
want to get into with the timer. So we're trying to give our viewers a freewheeling chat, but let's all respect the time. And Manojit Mondal, the same applies to you. I want to bring you in. I also want to bring in Deepshita Dhar. But Manojit Mondal, there are various questions to it. And there's a reason why we have Deepshita Dhar on this channel is because she fought an election against Mr. Kalyan Banerjee from the Srirampur constituency. And that I would reckon a political battle was if verbal sexual assault could have been, a totem point of an election, that was fought on those grounds by at least Mr. Kalyan Banerjee. And no action was taken. Absolutely not. And then no action taken. Manojit Mondal right now. The party can be embarrassed, the party can castigate, but you need to go beyond that to actually make tangible difference. And that doesn't happen with just pure embarrassment.
I would take it from what the BJP spokesperson was talking about, ignoring fully that her preeminence as a person who misrepresents fact is quite well known. Regarding the Aparajita bill, it is not being signed by the governor, and there are many such important bills which are lying pending, including very famous case of the VC's recruitment in the state of Bengal. 18 universities are without VCs because of your governor, and the universities are in total doldrum. So please don't talk about the activism of your governor in debauching these kind of cases. Regarding Kalyan Banerjee, I think the party has taken a considered decision, considered stand. He is not being encouraged at all. His problem was, different from what Madan Mitra and others were talking about. He couldn't articulate what he was trying to say. That cannot be condoned in any form of.
There's a huge problem,
any point in time at all.
Manojit Mondal.
The
There's a huge problem. Hear
remains
me out, sir. That a four-time sitting MP, or rather, I think it's more,
I think
has an articulation problem. Because there's a huge problem with that.
That is his problem. That is his problem. The party has not endorsed his comment. Party has castigated one of the senior most MPs of the party in public. I mean, if you have this kind of examples from other political
Manojit
parties,
Mondal, take a minute, sit back as I bring in Deepshita Dhar, and I will circle back to you. Allow me, sir. Allow me to bring in, the other spokesperson, and I'll circle back to you. This might be the problem of the leaders who are, of course, trivializing the issue. The main problem with the political outfit of the TMC is the cartelization of power, and that is in effect present in the form of Manojit Mishra. And there can be multiple layers to it. So I'll come back to you, because there seems to be a sense that you can get away as long as you wear the party colors and you hoist the party flag and you go for that political march. Deepshita Dhar, I want to bring you in. You fought an election against Mr. Kalyan Banerjee. It wasn't an easy election to fight, especially where the slurs were concerned. How do you, of course, you come in from the CPM view with what's going on?
See, I just want to remind the TMC spokesperson here that I think it's fine that he says that Mr. Kalyan Banerjee was not articulated when he was kind of victim blaming, when he was telling it is not state responsibility to give safety and security to a student who is studying in a campus. But I want to remind him just few months back, Mr. Kalyan Banerjee does a press conference there in Delhi and says that the fellow member of parliament, Muha Moitro, who is from the same party as Mr. Kalyan Banerjee and Mr. Mondal is supporting, that she is a woman who is in the politics because she is friend or she was girlfriend with some congressman. The fact that she is in politics is not because of her political credential, but because of the personal relationship that she had. He, as a member of parliament, had been telling such misogynistic comment about a fellow member of parliament who is from the same party, and tell me how that person still remained in your organization by giving him that impunity that even if you put misogynistic slurs to your own MP, you can stay rightfully inside your party. Aren't you giving a message to all these Manojit Mishras in different colleges that till the time the badge of Trinamool Congress is on your chest, no matter if you're a molester, No matter if you're a rapist, you can just go like that. Nothing will happen. And Miss Shashi Panja came to your show just few minutes back, and she was telling that how Miss Mamata Banerjee have taken a very stern position for the women in Bengal. I just want to remind you, after she becoming the chief minister, the first woman chief minister in Bengal, when a gang rape happened in Park Street, she was the one who came in front of everyone and said that all these gang rapes are just fabricated cases.
Okay.
These cases are here just to malign me. Few months after that, when a minor girl was raped and killed, she said we have to see whether there was an affair between the rapist and that woman or not, whether she was pregnant or not. By saying this, when the Supremo
Okay.
of Trinamool Congress
So you're
says
just
things
saying there
like
is
that, what do you
okay.
expect from Kalyan Banerjee and Madan Mitra?
Okay. I want to go back to Sanju Verma and I'll come back to you, Monojit Mandal. The point is, Sanju Verma, many would think, and you might call it whataboutery, that it's a tad rich coming in from the BJP. Because look at the likes of Brij Bhushan Sharan continue to be patronized by the BJP. You've had, like the TMC says, the arrests in Varanasi rape where the students were concerned associated with the IT cell of the BJP. It took many days even for heads to roll there. So there are multiple questions and sadly, it seems all political parties are cut from the same cloth.
Preeti, I was expecting this question and I'm glad you asked me. I have been on a zillion debates and I've categorically said, if Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh is guilty, let him be guillotined. Let him face capital punishment. I'm not going to be endorsing his credentials. If the Delhi High Court, on the recommendations of Delhi Police, has closed the case, let's take the judgment at its face value. But today I will not allow the TMC or the Darbari ecosystem to divert from the fact that Mamata Banerjee is a failed chief minister, a failed home minister, a failed health minister. And I want to ask one thing of Shashi Panja. I'm sure she's watching your show, though she's not on your panel right now. She said that we have the highest number of women MPs. We believe in women empowerment. So these are the missing 12. The missing 12. Dr. Kakoli Dastidar has not condemned the Kolkata Law College rape. Shatabdi Roy MP. Pratima Mondal MP, Mana Roy MP, Shayani Ghosh MP, Mitali Nag MP, Mahua Maitra MP, Sajda Ahmed MP, Rachna Banerjee MP, June Malla MP, Dr. Sharmila Sarkar MP, Sagarika Ghosh MP. इन सबके मुंह में आज फेविकॉल लग गया है क्या? And I don't support Kalyan Banerjee's misogyny against Mahua Maitra. Who she marries, when she decides to marry, is her personal business. We have no business getting into her personal business. I am not going to be supporting Mahua Maitra, who's today trying to take the moral high ground. I remember after Sandesh Khali, this is the same Mahua Maitra who was giving bites to every television channel, worth her salt, saying, Sandesh Khali gang rape is a figment of BJP's imagination. Sandesh Khali ki har mahila ko 2,000 rupees diye gaye the so that they could blame the TMC. So should I say karma catching up? No, I'm not going to use such loose terminology on your show, but I will end with this. Preeti, barely 20 seconds. 2.5%, the lowest conviction rate of sexual offense cases. The credit belongs to West Bengal. Tendency rate 98.7% in sexual offense cases. The credit belongs to West Bengal. Thanks to incompetent Mamata Banerjee, who actually had the audacity to say after the Hansa Khali gang rape, "Eta rape chilo, na love affair chilo." She basically blamed the victim, saying, "Who knows whether this 14-year-old was having an affair which went wrong or whether she was actually raped." When you have a woman chief minister showing zero empathy, this is what will happen.
I need
you will continue
I want to
these
bring
kind of
in
rape cases.
the TMC spokesperson right now, and I want to go to Monojit Mandal. Monojit Mandal, there are various issues in this, and one of them clearly stems from the fact because there seems to be patronage. There seems to be no hard action ever taken against people who are constantly accused, and the glaring example of it is Monojit Mishra, who very clearly has multiple accounts of sexual assault against him, yet he's not just institutionalized in the system, he's also... Mitra, go ahead.
Choudhry, it is actually you are allowing a classic case of diversion from the real issue.
What is the real issue? Tell us.
The real issue is the rape and the menace that this country is suffering from, irrespective of the party. The real menace is the chauvinistic patriarchal mindset. including the MPs who are coming from cutting across political line. They don't know what is to be spoken in public. They don't know what is to be articulated. They don't know even that is not, buried for the women parliament spokesperson, including this very honorable spokesperson from the BJP. I mean, look at the way she castigated Mohammed when the case about her advocate friend came up 2 years back. She was chucked out of the parliament. Now they are crying for the shame Mohammed through. So, my God, this is political convenience and nothing else. We supported her at that point of time. We are supporting even now. And to my good young friend from the left party, I mean, do you know the history of your political party? A disabled person was raped. The kind of massacre that you have been committing since 1977. Marijapi, Choto Angadia, Nandigram, Singur, Tapushima Lake. I do not even want to talk about all these cases and justify this kind of horrendous crime. This is a crime against women, and all political leaders cutting across political line should talk about that. Now comes the real issue. Look at the action taken by the Kolkata police. The stupendous job that Kolkata police has been doing. They were doing the same thing in the Arjigar cases. But the case went to CBI and the whole case was botched up. Here in this case, and Preeti, please bear me 10 seconds. The victim's family is opposing CBI. They have gone to the court today. That really speaks volume about the action of the state. She was talking about the state-sponsored brutality.
Okay.
Haskali, who is investigating, hang on. Haskali, who is investigating CBI, no result. Sandesh Kali, who is investigating CBI, no result. Post-war violence, who is investigating CBI, no result.
Okay.
Or on the other hand, Park State Justice and Kamduni
Okay.
justice given
But
by
all right,
the
each of them,
Bengal police,
Manojit Mandal, I
Kolkata
want to
police.
bring in Deepshita Dhar, but the two of the three that you named, there was the political commentary around it practically eclipsed the action. And that political commentary around it was deeply embarrassing for the BJP. You know that better, right from Park Street, if you want to hark all the way back. But Deepshita Dhar, to get you back in, not with what happened with your fight with Kalyan Banerjee, but there is a point that Manojit Mandal is making. TMC came to power in Kolkata opposing everything that your party stood for. And that was the epitome of cartelization of power and doling out favors where, the party was concerned. Exactly the same playbook. They might have become better than what you are, but they were exactly the same.
See, that was the only question. Then there was no need of any change. The moment, whenever you are going to ask a question to the Trinamool people, they're going to bring you back to what happened in 1977. Let me assume that whatever has happened in last 34 years was the worst thing possible. That is the precise reason there is a change, right? There is a precise reason people had voted for Trinamool. Now, what is the point? You change a government and then you say, since everything was happening from the past, we are just continuing it. Then there's no point of changing it. Tell me there is a change in the orientation on how the state government was behaving. He just mentioned about, I think when he talks about the disabled woman being raped and burned, she was talking about Tapsi Malik. Let me just remind my good friend, a little older, from Trinamool, that after the Tapsi Malik incident, when CBI took the case and the person that they accused of being being as the person who has done the rape and the murder and everything, after a long time, it could not be proven. And few years after that, the father of the victim, Tapsi Malik's father comes and say that I'm not going to vote for Trinamool because it's the Trinamool people who have raped and murdered my daughter. Now, Mr. Manojit Mandal must answer that who are these people that you are patronaging? What is the state patronage for all kind of rapists and criminal? And I'm just going to take 10 seconds, Preeti. The main issue, what Mr. Manojit Mandal was also talking about, the main issue here is rape, yes, but also what is the power? What is the power structure from where a 32-year-old boy comes and say that I have done rapes previously also. I have molested women inside my college previously also. I didn't assume that this girl will go to police. This is something that the accused is saying to the police. From where this impunity comes? He is saying last time also, I have called one brother from my party who has saved me. This time also, I thought this is going to be taken care. Who is this brother?
And that's the
From
problem,
which
and that's
political
exactly
party
the
are they
questions
coming?
that we posed to Dr. Shashi Panja. But I want to give all of you 30 seconds to put your point forward. I am not using the timer today just because the nature of the debate. But please, stay in that time limit. Let's begin with Ms. Verma. Go ahead, Ms. Verma.
Preeti, the NCRB data, some of it is provisional, but this is the data. Highest number of sexual assault cases in India are from West Bengal. 2021, it was 1.69 lakh cases. 2022, it was 2.87 lakh sexual assault cases from West Bengal alone. And lo behold, 2023, it gets even worse. 3.29 lakh sexual assault cases under the long and incompetent nose of Mamata Banerjee. I will end by just saying this to Shashi Panja. The date is 20th August. The year was 2024. A young woman was paraded naked in Nandigram, and Shashi Panja's this video is all over the internet. She said, हाँ अभी लड़की के कपड़े उतार दिए, कपड़े उतर गए तो उतर गए, इसमें कौन सी बड़ी बात है? This is the kind of mindset that needs to be tackled, which Mamata Banerjee has failed to do because she is the reason for the problem.
Ma'am, allow me to bring in the other guest. Go ahead, make your point.
I do not want to bring in Manipur, which is burning for the last 2 years, how the women were treated there. Everyone knows this country, not even talking about Unnao, Hathras, or Benares in the university. I repeat that this is not the time to bring in these issues to justify the horror that has happened. And for God's sake, nobody could understand the kind of person this boy was or this man was. Nobody, even in media, could understand. So, I mean, for God's sake, give us the benefit of doubt. Police have taken action.
I'm sorry, I gave you 30 seconds, but I'm going to interview and I'll ask you, how do you give yourself the benefit of doubt where this man has multiple cases? 1 second, sir. Multiple cases against him of sexual assault and you institutionalize him again.
The moment that the police did not
Sir, you're not answering the question.
to take action. Police did not take even 12 hours to take action the moment it was repeated. The moment it was repeated.
There's no point asking you a question. It doesn't matter. Deepsita, 30 seconds, sir. Ma'am, go ahead.
Yeah, I just have 3 points to make. First, particularly about this case, this man that we are talking about, he took admission in that college in 2007. Then he gets dropped out in between. Then again in 2017, he takes admission and completes his course in 2022. As much I know about the rules in university, if you get dropped out like that, there cannot be a readmission. So which were the power structure, which were the local political power that helped him in get the admission? Two, most importantly, that man had been claiming that he is a TMCP leader. If you're going to look into his social media, there are full, evidences of different programs where he has been attending, not as a supporter, but as an organizer. If Mr. Monojit Mondal is saying that there is a confusion about his identity, why didn't you found it out that this man is not a part of any of our committee?
That's all the time that I have for now. I'm going to get into a break. I appreciate all three of you for joining us. Whataboutery exists when it's got something to do with your own political output, and that's a classic display of that. But there are tough questions that the TMC must answer where self-reflection is concerned, where it's not about action taken, it is not about just this case. It's a larger malaise that right now ails the TMC. Cartelization and political patronage, where most think that they can get away with practically anything. Shifting focus to the state of Maharashtra, language wars now singeing the social fabric of the state. Once again, an ugly assault by MNS goons in the state. Marathi hate brigade strikes near Mumbai now. A shopkeeper was assaulted for not speaking Marathi. Shocking assault, clearly with what you see by language fanatics, but the people that you see on your television screen come from the MNS party. On camera, multiple blows belted on the shopkeeper for not speaking Hindi. Till now, no action, no arrest by Thane police. All right, we're going to continue to get you more. All of that also, of course, we was laying the ground for the upcoming elections where BMC is concerned. The date yet not announced, but a lot of what you see right now in terms of political posturing, muscle flexing, taking place with an eye on the BMC elections. Meanwhile, more news. In a major declaration of spiritual sovereignty, the exiled Tibetan spiritual leader, the Dalai Lama, has drawn a red line for China, releasing a formal statement dated July 2nd. The Dalai Lama reaffirmed that only the Dalai Lama Trust will decide who succeeds him. Meanwhile, a rattled Beijing has rejected the plan, reiterating its intent to name a puppet Dalai Lama loyal to the Communist Party. The Dalai Lama has made it clear no external power, implicitly pointing at Beijing, can interfere in this process. Only the Tibetan Buddhist community and spiritual leaders chosen by him will oversee the search, recognition, and validation of his reincarnation. If we speak of spiritual process, the search for the next Dalai Lama begins only after the current one passes away. Senior monks and the oracle narrow down on possible locations. A child believed to be the reincarnation of the Dalai Lama is tested. If confirmed by high lamas, the child is then raised in monastic training. For decades, Beijing has tried to position itself as the authority to anoint the next Dalai Lama, to install a pro-China figure. It's already imposed its own Panjan Lama while detaining the one chosen by Tibetans.
I hereby reiterate that the Garden Phodrang Trust has sole authority to recognize the future reincarnation. No one else has such authority to interfere in this matter. If it is about Lama's reincarnation, when all the followers have unanimously said that the reincarnation should continue, then it is obvious that it will come. Since my 24th September 2011 statement, which states that the responsibility for doing so will rest exclusively with members of the Garden Phodrang Trust, the office of His Holiness the Dalai Lama, they should consult the various heads of the Tibetan Buddhist traditions and reliable oath-bound Dharma protectors who are linked inseparably to the lineage of the Dalai Lamas. They should accordingly carry out the procedures of search and recognition in accordance to past tradition. I hereby reiterate that the Garden Phodrang Trust has sole authority to recognize the future reincarnation. No one else has any authority to interfere in this matter.
All right, let's quickly get you the latest coming in where international news is concerned. American lawmaker Brandon Gill faced backlash for criticizing New York City Democrat mayoral candidate for eating rice with his hands in an old video. Outrage after Gill asked Democratic Zoran Mamdani to go back to the third world. Here's a full report.
What started as just lunch quickly became a cultural flashpoint, showing how racism is well and truly alive in the West. A viral video shows NYC Democrat nominee Zoran Mamdani, in all probability the next mayor of New York, casually eating rice with his hands during an interview. Totally normal in South Asian households, but not, it seems, in Republican MAGA circles. Congressman Brandon Gill, the youngest Republican in the House and backed by Donald Trump, called Mamdani uncivilized and told him to go back to the third world. So let's get this straight. According to this politician, eating with your hands and without spoons and forks makes you uncivilized. Obviously, it's a view which has made the internet go, what the fuck? Not only is Congressman Gill being blindly racist, the irony in his statement is staggering because he is married to a woman of Indian origin. So it was then up to Mrs. Gill to control the damage on behalf of her husband by claiming her parents in India to use cutlery to eat their food. But the internet never lets your lies go undetected, and immediately pictures propped up of Congressman Gill's father-in-law eating with his hands. Oh, Congressman Gill, first to be a racist, then to be a shameless hypocrite. No wonder India and the rest of the world is asking you to fuck off. And also, next time, do tell Donald Trump as well how uncivilized he is. Bureau Report, India Today.
Just to specify, the hashtag trending is hashtag FORKOFF. We're going to leave it at that. Thank you for joining us.